All right, Coach, I think we all kind of wondered how your team would handle being number one. How do you think they've gone through this week and picked up the win and moved past that?
Yeah, well, it was great to get the win, against Cornell the other night, and I thought Cornell came out pretty tough. I thought with that young group, they really fought in the Carrier Dome in the first and halfway through the second quarter, and I thought our guys kind of figured them out as we went along and got comfortable in the Carrier Dome, and they were able to have a 3-goal lead going in at halftime. And right from there in the second half, I think, especially with Benny Williams getting all those face-offs for us, we'll pull a lot of pressure on their defense and had a comfortable lead in the third quarter. So I thought the guys performed pretty well at both ends of the field.
How important will it be Saturday that you were able to rest some guys late in the game on Tuesday?
Well, I think that was huge for us on Tuesday night, the fact that, in the third quarter we were able to get the second, third midfield in, some attackmen, defensemen or two, and even we got 3 goalies in the game. All those guys deserve a chance to play. They've been working hard all year, but the first group put them in a position so we could get them in, and as a result, traveling this week, it was nice to rest the starting group in the third and fourth quarter.
And what kind of effort do you expect from Carolina, knowing how important this game is for them this weekend?
Well, a huge effort. We've seen that in their last couple of games. They had to beat UVA to get into the ACC tournament, and they came out on fire. And played really well in that game. So and this is a big one for them also and for us. I mean, both of us want the ACC win. We want the win for being considered for the NCAAs. Huge for Carolina if they're one above 500. So if they lose to us, they're going to be even. And then you've got the going into the tournament and another big game coming up. So I'm sure they're going to want to get this early win against us.
They've obviously beaten Denver in Denver. They have so many guys back from last year.
Yeah.
Is there kind of, the talent and the record kind of defies how good they actually are?
Yeah, I think they're an excellent team. As you mentioned, they got a lot of guys back from last year's national championship team. But they've been sitting on top. They're the national champs, so they're going to get everybody's best game when they play them. And they've had to deal with this year, along with all the parity. I mean, no one's been number one for very long this year. So it's it's a good group, and I'm sure they're going to be fired up. I think it's senior day down there, so there's going to be a lot of emotion down at Chapel Hill this weekend.
And how big was it for Ben to have the kind of performance he did, knowing he's going to have to face a guy like Kelly so often?
Yeah, it should be a great face-up matchup with Kelly and Ben. We felt hit his stride again in the Cornell game, and that's why he took as many as he did, just to keep that flow going, get that muscle memory going, and so it should be a great matchup come Saturday.
We're working on something on Sergio. He's right now 5th in the country in assists, which is certainly rare for a midi. But I know you've talked about before, from when he first got here to where he is now. I mean, did you ever envision he'd be this type of playmaker?
He had to. I don't know if we've ever had a player come as far as Sergio has from where he started. Fundamentally, not from an area that's really strong in high school lacrosse. So he's really a product of his own hard work. A great example for any high school player or youth player today to say, hey, here's a guy that's picked up the fundamentals, wall ball, came in and watched film, has worked extra hard in strength and conditioning. He's down the goal shooting with his left hand, shooting with his right hand all the time, and is just a sponge when it comes to the game of lacrosse, always learning, and a tremendous attitude, a never say die attitude. So it's great that someone that's worked as hard as he has this kind of success, and I think he's got such a great first step, and he's drawing the other team's slide really quickly, and as a result, you're seeing some of those assists because he has to. They're not letting him dodge the score as much, so he's trying to find the open man.
Jordan spoke very poignantly after the last game about just having fun. He left his name smile. This was a lot of fun my senior year. Only a few games left. You can go over X's and O's with players all you want, but sometimes the realization of the bigger picture like that really helps out. What do you know about Jordan and sort of his maturity apart from just on the field?
Yeah, well, I think a lot of it is we've talked through the year is his maturity, but his confidence levels come up, and he's really comfortable in running the offense. He's like having another coach out in the field. If you watch him in the game situations and obviously in practice, he's constantly telling other players where to go within the offense, and that just helps us function better as a unit. And I think it gives him leadership skills. And he's producing the last few games, which has been great for him, for us and him.